Okay, we have a young man who has a Chevy Astro van. What's your name?
My name's Rick.
Rick. Cool, Rick. Tell us about your van.
My van is a Chevy Astro van, 2005. Last year they made them. I got them from a company called Corson that does fire extinguisher, fire safety inspection repair across the country. And so they had a folder on it that gave me all the maintenance work that had been done to it over the time they've had it, including the window sticker that came with it. And it's the 4.3 liter Vortex, probably the best motor on the road from what most mechanics believe. And when I got it, it was just a shell, had the metal cage across the back, and then 3 shelves down the side.
Wow. And you were telling me, how many miles do you think you can get out of that engine?
It's common for them to get easily 300,000 to 400,000 miles. It's not unusual for them to do 500,000 miles if you maintain them.
That's just unreal.
They're the best motor on the planet as far as I'm concerned.
And I think other Astro owners might be interested. Can you kind of give us a tour?
Sure. In the back, I have a mechanical area, I call it. I took about 8 inches of the whole back of the van and turned it into a utility area. I wanted to be able to have easy access to my batteries and be able to, check the water in them and stuff, and all my electrical. I didn't want it crammed under something where I'd have to dig for it. Inverter, yeah. Heavy duty inverter, because I still do some carpentry work and stuff, and I can use a hammer drill and stuff with it. I got propane for the buddy heater up front. I don't have to use the generator a whole lot, but it's a cheap one from Harbor Freight, $90 right now on sale. And I use a cheap battery charger, and it'll charge it from according to what the charge is. When I start, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to be fully charged.
And then you have an incredible box here that a lot of people would recognize if they were in a house. What the heck is that?
That is the back side of the air conditioner. And as you can see, I keep a lot. I like to keep the inside spotless, so I keep all the loose stuff back here. And I got my laundry soap, bleach, extra antifreeze, there's extra oil in here, extra oil for the 2-cycle for the generator. And
louvered doors.
And these are ridge vents for houses. They're aluminum, and I use stainless steel screws. I painted them black before I put them on, and painted the screws black before I put them on. That's so it vents it, and it also helps vent the air conditioner.
So do you regret not having rear view mirror access from your back door?
Well, no, because I have rear view access from inside. I'll show you that in a minute.
Cool.
I have a TV on the back wall, dead center of the back wall above the bed. It does 4 things. It's a TV, it's got a built-in DVD player, it's got a Chromecast hooked up to it to where I can sling TV so I don't miss my NASCAR or American Pickers or whatever, And it has a rear view camera hooked up to it all the time. It don't have to be in reverse to be on. All I gotta do is just select video on the TV. So when I'm driving down the street, in my rear view mirror, I can look at the TV and see what's behind me.
That is cool.
And it works great. And that's the other side of all the mechanical room back there. The speakers I've had for years, I just threw them up there. That TV came from the factory. I got it at Menards for about $100, and it was 12 volts out of the box, so I hardwired it. And the bed, it's the same width as a twin bed, but it's only about 5'10" to 5'11" deep. And I'm 5'7", so that's plenty enough. And it works great for me. The headliner is a roll headliner material. The gray carpet on the wall is boat deck carpeting. These cabinets all the way across and the bed I built in place at the same time. And I took in consideration I wanted enough room in front of the bed to where 2 people could sit there if we need to. And then I built the front of these cabinets a little wider so they accommodate these drawers, both lower and higher. And then on this side, I hang my clothes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's regular hanging clothes, and they hang down low. And then under there, I've got cat litter and a couple other miscellaneous items and stuff. And the floor, I got this rubber mat from Menards, and it covers the whole floor. And then it's just regular doormat here that I sweep out all the time and stuff. And when it gets to a point where I can't get it clean anymore, I'll just toss it out and go get a new one. About $10 or so. I don't use this curtain a lot, but the seat does turn around, and if I'm somewhere where I'm not supposed to be, I can close this curtain and leave the front just looking normal, you know. And but I did install a swivel on the seat. I went with the hammered gray oil-based paint because it's a lot more durable, and I tried to keep everything gray to match the cab. It just makes it feel bigger and streams, you know, it's just a lot easier that way. And then this thing here, it's a foot stand. It's my nightstand. I use a butane stove to cook with. So I stick the case on here and I put the burner on top of that to cook with. And then in that rare emergency, it becomes the potty. And I have a seat for it. I put 2 small bags in it, some cat litter, throw that on there. And then when I'm done, I just close it up right away. And if there's somewhere I can throw it in the trash can, I will. If not, I usually take it out and stick it behind the rear wheel till in the morning.
And then you have solar panels.
I have 2 solar panels. They're Energy. They're 100 watts apiece. And they are on ladder racks that came with the van when I bought it, although I've cut the ladder racks way down and made them a lot shorter. But the angle iron bars came with the ladder rack, and these round tubes on the end came with the ladder racks. And they're really made to be stationary, but the way the sun is right now, I've taken the screws out and tilted them up, and it's given me the idea of where I'm going to put hinges on both sides. And I'll take the pins out of the hinges and put in pins that have clips on them. That way I can take the pins out of one side or the other and tilt them either way. That's my next project for that. The black toolboxes are actually truck toolboxes. You know how truck toolboxes, this is a side box, they drop down real far. And then I cut the drop down off. And then I cut the bottom off that and reinserted it to the bottom of this. Used stainless steel screws all the way around to screw it in place, and then used a good adhesive on the inside, and then painted them a satin black. And they're super light, they're aluminum. And one side I keep tools, and the other side I keep chairs and tents and tarps and stuff like that. And the one on this is the side box initially. The one on the other side was a center toolbox to where just the center dropped down. And I cut it off. In fact, you can see this is where the center came down. And it probably came down this far. So I cut the bottom. So I always left an inch. And then when I cut the bottom off, I left an inch. And then I'd usually have to cut one end off and crimp it up a little bit. And then slide it in, and then use all these stainless steel screws. Caulk it. Satin black paint, bolted up there, and it's great. Works like a charm.
Wow.
I looked for a year for boxes for vans. Nobody makes them. Nobody has them anywhere. They're missing a market. I think a lot of people would use these boxes if they had them. But without them, I wouldn't be able to get everything in there I need. Like my solar showers hanging off over here I used yesterday. It stays up in there. This tent stays up in here. I keep this tent out here. It's strictly for storage. I got Pepsi, and, water, and a little bit of trash. And, you know, it's just to keep it out of the van when I'm stationary. Plus, it marks my spot when I leave for a while.
And what kind of antenna is that?
The antenna is actually a cheap $20 antenna from Big Lots. Had the big bow tie UFH antenna on the back side of it. I removed that. It had a motor in it to spin it. I removed that. It had an amplifier in it. I had another amplifier back here So I tested to see which one was the best, and the one I had already was a lot better than the one that was on there. So I took everything out of it and just wired the wire straight to the antenna. Now that antenna sits on, I got a bracket right here, and it's got 3/4 inch galvanized pipe in it. And when that antenna's not on this paint pole, it sits on this. So when I'm going down the road, this is where the antenna's at here. And if I'm in a city or something like that, that antenna will generally get my channels. But being out here in the desert with the mountains all around and stuff, you gotta go high. You gotta go big.
You gotta go big.
Or everybody comes by says they don't get no channels. I usually get about 6 to 10 channels every night. And get NBC, CBS, Fox, their sub channels. So I get plenty of TV doing this. So it works pretty good. It's easy to take down. Pull off 2 bungee cords, slide that up, slide the antenna off onto this, and tighten it back down. It has 2 butterfly nuts to do it with, and that's it. Works great.
You look very self-sufficient. How long do you think you could stay out at a time?
I don't know. I'm not so much about staying away from people for a long period of times. I have to have cell service. I like to have TV. I like to watch the news in the morning. But I like being out on the road. I've put 20,000 miles on it since May 31st last year. I worked in property management, same place for 5 years at the last place, and had a free apartment with it. So the last year I was there, I knew I was going to do this. So I spent a year building my van, and on May 31st, when I got done training my replacement, hello. When I got done finishing training my replacement, my last day was May 31st. I turned over the keys, popped in this, and been in it ever since. And I've done the Route 66 trip. I've been down through Florida twice. I boondocked down in Key West, got away with it. It's about 2 months before the hurricane. And been to California twice. I've been in this area about 3 months now. And I've been over to Slab City about 3 weeks ago. And I just love it. I mean, I wasn't going to do it unless I was 100% comfortable in the van, so I think I accomplished that. And a little tip for cleaning out all the stuff in the back and in your van, I have a leaf blower. I open up both doors, the side door, the back doors, take the leaf blower and blow all the dust out. Because when you're in this desert, you're going to pick up a shitload of dust, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. So the leaf blower works better than anything. I can blow underneath the seats without having to move them. The coils in the refrigerator, you want to blow them out. I blow off the top of the batteries and everything back here. I blow out these vents here, these louvers. They will get clogged up with dust. So for what it's worth, $30 leaf blower if you already have like I have Ryobi tools, so I just use a Ryobi battery with it and it works like a charm.
Well, I really appreciate the interview and the tour. I have to ask your permission if I can put this on YouTube.
Sure, and I have a YouTube channel.
Okay, and what is your YouTube channel?
Banning Here to There, and I have a website called banningheretothere.com, and that has pictures of me building this through the phase, the bare wood, the empty shell, the bed which went in first, and this back panel wall, and all the way to where it is now. So.
Well, great. So Banning Here to There, check him out. This guy really knows what he's doing, and I think all us Chevy Astro van owners can learn a lot.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother.